Okay.
All right. Good morning.
Good morning, or afternoon, or evening, or whatever time it is when you listen to this. This is Erica and Allie coming to you with this week's installment of SheKings for peasants who don't want to live shitty lives. Welcome.
Welcome, welcome. I just want to let you know I've been up since 1 a.m. And within that time, I have done meditations, I have done emails. I just got back from a spinning class. So,
We talked about spinning before. You keep doing it. Oh, we're not going to be complaining today.
so I am motivated, energized, and sweaty. But this is why. My body responds so magically to weed. So when I smoke a little bit of weed before I go to bed, and I don't do it often, it's just like, one of those days where it's like, I just want to float off to sleep.
There you
So
go.
I sleep so heavy, like I get 12 hours in like a 4-hour block. So I'm good to go. That's how it works for me.
Whatever. I'm going to tell you, here's my theory. You're getting older and you're a Black woman. And even though she's a witch, people, so she looks like she's 22. Not going to name any ages. But all of the women in my family, like as they age, they just start getting up earlier and earlier. So it's like they start off getting up at 8, then 7, 6, 5, and then just at a certain moment they're like, they're just waking up at 2, 3 o'clock.
Yeah,
start the day. And I'm like, what is
like I was laying in bed going, why? Like I'm up, like I'm fully awake. Let's get this going.
Let's just
start
go ahead and get started. Okay.
And it was like a few months ago, it was 4. And then it turned into 3:30. So it's been 3:30 for a while. And then I think I'm shifted. I think it's going to be like 1:30.
So I just want you to know, just look at me in my eyes. What you're doing is not sleeping. You're not sleeping. It's not, it doesn't count.
All right.
Wait, I think
is it saying that our internet is unstable?
Yep, it is. It is. So anyway, let's go ahead and try to get to this conversation today.
Perfect.
We're going to talk about the spirituality of self-sacrifice, or the spirituality of suffering, or the non-spirituality of it. So
yeah, the non-spirituality. And this is a perfect time because the holidays are like in a couple of days.
Yeah.
Couple of days. Yeah. And so if you aren't able to practice this before the holidays, we encourage you to go ahead and apply it for next holiday, or basically any day.
No, this is any day stuff. I think it's relevant right now because we are heading into Christmas and New Year's, buying gifts, spending time with family, spending time with coworkers at holiday parties and all of that stuff. So we're in this space, but what we're about to talk about today, this non-spirituality or spirituality of self-sacrifice and suffering, people do it every single day, and it's super whack every day. Every day. It doesn't matter if it's Christmas Day.
It does get spotlighted when you're around the holidays, so just start asking yourself,
but wait a minute, Ellie, what is it? So what are we talking about here when we talk about the spirituality or non-spirituality of suffering? What type of stuff are people doing in the name of spirituality or kindness or appropriateness or obligation?
Yeah, ritual. We've done it for this many years, so let's keep doing it. Yeah. So this can look like basically, anything. How you, I always like to go to, we have Thanksgiving at our house every single year, right? And I hate it. And this is, I'm just using that as an example. We don't have Thanksgiving here, and I don't hate it. Right?
Because I really need to. I was like, Allie, are you? Why?
I was like, what?
Let's have a coaching session. Let's talk about this. Why are you doing this? Okay, go ahead.
We get caught up in the actions, right? So we think, in order for me to show kindness, I need to do A, B, and C for these people. And especially for family, right? I have to do it because we're family.
Yes.
And it's, I just had this conversation with my son. He's helping my daughters. They own their own business. And he always ends up doing things that he really doesn't want to do because he's like, well, they're my sisters, right? And I need to help them out. And I was like, you're miserable. Like,
Yeah.
stop doing it. Well, they'll get mad at me. Okay, then let them get mad at you. It's like, you are miserable. So it's just that type of thing. I have to do it. It's not, I desire to do it. I want to do it. For me, it's, I have to do it because of it's tradition.
Absolutely.
I have to do it because if I don't, then people will be disappointed in me. And especially now that the holidays are around the corner, gifts.
Yes.
Right? I have to buy a gift for everyone. Like, do you? Like, no, you don't. Like, me and my husband have 7 kids between us. And we're just like, yeah, let's get them a card and maybe a hug.
Like, bring it in.
Bring it in. And if they're not here, I'll Skype them and just be like, here's your hug. Enjoy.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. It's going to take you far.
Yeah. It's stuff like that. So it is buying gifts that you don't have the money for. Or me, I have awesome friends who buy awesome gifts. I am just a terrible gift buyer. I like go and I'm like, I'm going to do this thing. And my mind goes so blank. And I used to beat myself up for it. And like, I still do the obligatory, like, sorry, I'm empty handed. But in my heart, I'm like, it's just who I am. I send you love all the time. I send
that's priceless
for listening all the time. But yes, it's stuff like buying gifts when you're like me and you don't have a clue. It just really, truly doesn't go to you. It's not your thing. Or it is spending money that you don't have on gifts, right? I mean, I know my mom used to do that every freaking year, and it was definitely showing love, but I would have been all right. You know, I would have been absolutely okay without the stuff that she went out of her way to buy for me, to show love. There's so many other ways to show love. It is being around that person in your family who literally plugs into your body, your energy, and just sucks you dry. It is going to the same family member's house when you're just like, I always have a horrible time over here. It's just not awesome. And just, committing to going and staying for an extremely long period of time. It is, anything along those lines where, like Allie's son, just doing things because, you think it's going to make somebody else happy or you want to avoid upsetting them. Yeah. So this is the stuff we're talking about. And I think in society, there's this idea that doing it means that you love the person. Doing it means that, I don't know, you get some sort of points for going and suffering. And suffering.
Yeah, the universe is keeping track.
They're keeping track.
Fucking miserable.
Yeah.
Go ahead and start preparing her room in heaven.
In heaven. Absolutely. You see what she'll do for, the love or the spirituality or we do so much in the name of kindness. We are unkind to ourselves in the name of kindness. All right, guys, we had some technical difficulties. Allie and I have to
remind everybody that Erica lives on an island, so I'm blaming her internet because I'm in the city. My internet.
I will not mention that Allie is the one who got disconnected. And I'm just like babbling, blah, blah, blah. I hope you guys enjoyed the babble. So anyway, we were saying that we do a lot of suffering in the name of being kind, in the name of being appropriate, in the name of spirituality, and that, you know what? I want to say that heaven is right now. This is something that I talk to people about all the time. Heaven and hell are available to you always. And you decide.
It's not a destination point.
It is not a destination, right? It is the journey. Heaven and hell is the journey. And so are the journey. So if you're choosing in any particular moment to be in misery, to be suffering in the name of kindness, which is insane, being unkind to yourself in the name of being kind to someone else, then you are choosing hell. And when you say, you know what, I'm just going to be nice to myself and understand that being nice to yourself is never mean, right? This is not mean girl nice, right? Like, oh, well, I want your thing, your, donut or whatever. I'm just going to take that off your plate and I'm going to eat it. I'm sorry, Allie. I know you just came back from spinning.
Don't it sound amazing? But I'm gonna make my avocado smoothie instead.
Yeah. Remember what I said about that. See, heaven and hell. Allie, she's making a choice. All right. And donuts come to mind because Willem like literally keeps buying these like 12 packs of donuts. And I'm like,
yes,
Willem, take them to work, like share them. You can't eat them. He's like, the hell I can't. I can eat all 12 of these donuts. I'm like, okay. I don't know what to do.
I support that.
But no, seriously, you are making a choice. You're absolutely making a choice. And anytime that you choose like true kindness to yourself, true kindness, not being mean to someone else, not telling it like it is, no. This would feel nourishing for me. This would feel lovely to me. This would feel loveful to me. Anyone who tells you that you're being selfish or you're not doing the right thing, think about that. They want you to hurt yourself so that they can feel good.
Yeah.
Who's being selfish? You taking care of yourself is never, ever selfish.
Yeah. Yeah. And not selfish in the sense of comparing, right? Comparing to other people, to other people's desires. Because our famous little quote from yoga teacher training in India, right? Yeah. We're all selfish. We'll remain selfish. And once we understand the self, we'll become selfless. Yeah.
No, he doesn't say selfless. He doesn't say selfless. It's selfish. He says everyone is selfish and will remain selfish. Understand the self and become selfish.
Ooh. See,
Isn't that good?
I went to the quantum field and just popped in and be selfless. Like we're nobody.
Yeah, we might need to ask him because I actually don't think that there's a difference between selfish and selfless when you understand the self, right? And so what is the self? Like, how does that make sense? Whether it's everyone is selfish and will remain selfish, understand the self and become selfish or selfless. What does it mean to understand the self?
When you understand the self, it's you are the only person, right? You are the only person. You are the only person in your universe, in your world, and everything is responding to you, right? So think about that. I always like to give the example of you're sitting in a white blank room. There's absolutely nothing going on. And you have your virtual reality goggles and glasses on. And you are going to town. You are just involved in whatever you're involved in. And I open the door and all I can see is you with your goggles on. I have no idea what you're engaged in. And that is how the universe sees each and every one of us. It just sees us. And then it just reads our frequencies. So it doesn't care that you are sacrificing your time, giving your time to a homeless shelter. It doesn't care because it doesn't see it. And it doesn't care that you are hosting the 52nd Thanksgiving, family Thanksgiving at your house. It doesn't care because it doesn't care. See it. What it does see is the emotion that you're kicking out, the frequency that you're kicking out. So if you're hosting this beautiful dinner and you're overwhelmed, you're resentful, you're irritated, that's what the universe sees. That's what you're sending out to the world. And that's what the universe is matching and sending you back. So that's why it is so important. I'm watching your house cleaner clean behind you. And I'm a little jealous. I'm not going to lie. Because I'm like, what?
Selfish. I need my joy. I need my joy, Allie.
Yes. And I applaud you. So that is understanding the self and to be selfish because you are it. So if you get true joy, true just, it feels so good to give and donate your time. that's what the universe will see, is the frequency that you're kicking out of joyfulness, of happiness, of love. That's what it's matching. So your actions mean nothing to the
Yes.
universe. It's the
So,
emotion behind it that's everything. Yeah.
so that is so important. I just want to say what Allie just said in a different way. You're the only one here, and what you're sitting and experiencing is all that matters.
Yes.
Period. So you're going through your day and you think that you see other people and you think that somebody cut you off in traffic and you think you there's only you. There's only what you're experiencing in your body. And so every single moment you have the opportunity to choose what you're going to be experiencing in your body. You have to choose presence. And in the present moment, everything is always fine. Cut off in traffic, whatever.
Yeah.
Always good. And so your goal every day is to wake up and say, how do I want to feel and experience this day? In presence, which is pure joy, or in thinking about what in the mind, right? So that's the opposite of presence, living everything from your mind. So do I want to be in presence and accepting of everything that comes to me?
Yeah.
And choosing and creating what it is that I want to feel in my body and letting that guide me through? Or am I going to be in mind? And that means mind tells you, oh, this is what you have to do. Remember what happened last year. You don't want that to happen again this year. Act this way right now. All based on past, all based on what you think is the case in the future, right?
Right. And it's all stories, right? It's the stories. Like, what is so-and-so going to think about their gift? Or what is so-and-so going to say if I don't show up? Mm-hmm. Or what is so-and-so? It's like, who cares? Like, how are you going to feel if you spend this extra $50 that you don't have because you're trying to match a story? Well, I know that they'll love this gift, right? Mm-hmm. Instead of, I have the money, I'm going to love to buy it and to share it. Right? It's totally opposite. Instead of, I'm super tired because I've been up since 1:30. No, that's not the case. I have lots of energy still. but people are expecting me to show up. Right? It's like, no, stop doing all the holiday parties. Like, honor yourself. That's where joy, that is what pure love is putting yourself first and let go of the stories around what you think people are going to say, how they're going to react. So basically, I'm telling everyone, take back all your presents and start making handmade gifts, just on paper.
Yes, absolutely.
And send it out.
We're telling everyone those invitations that really freaking suck, that are going to just drain everything you have, be smart about it. Either say no, start new traditions. And like, I'm gonna say this. One year, Willem and I, we have been hanging out with, lots of people. And every year we would get together with these people for New Year's and just various other things. And I just looked at him and I said, you know what? We are not really friends with these people. Like, we're not. And it's not a good time. You don't really, really, truly enjoy it. And so this year, let's say no. And let's just stay home, just the two of us. And man, oh man, it was the beginning of this like wonderful feeling of freedom of, I don't enjoy hanging out with these people. They're not bad people. They're wonderful people. We just don't have that much in common. And it's just the conversation is always a drag. And it's just, we've been doing it for so long. And finally, we just gave it to ourselves. We just admitted. We looked at each other in the eyes and we said, we don't enjoy this. This really sucks. Let's just stop. And we have been that way ever since. We hang out with people that we want to hang out with, and we don't hang out with people that we don't want to hang out with. So take your gifts back. Say no to friends who are just not bringing you joy. Limit your time with the family if you really still are in that space of obligation. Yeah. Limit your time. Say, we're going to go over here for an hour and a half, and an hour and 25 minutes,
we're going to grab a to-go plate.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to pinch you under the table. Like, it's go time. Okay. Look at me in my eyes. Okay. Auntie's mid-sentence, I said, go.
We're out. Jump up, grab your plate.
Exactly.
We're
Exactly.
out of here.
And go. And leave the plate. Okay. Grab your
I
spirits
always
and go. Grab your joy. Grab your joy and get the fuck out of there, man.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. And don't leave a gift. And be okay with it.
Here's my gift. I'm leaving. Okay, before things get shitty. Okay.
Exactly. Know when to cut cords and just
Yeah.
bail. I always go off of if it's a full body yes. So if it's a full body fuck yeah. Yeah, let's do this. Yeah, let's buy this. Yeah, let's participate in this. And if it's not, know that you are compromising your energy.
Yeah.
You're compromising it, and then you're compromising what the universe is going to send back at you.
Yeah.
Right. And here's when you come from a place of joy, and I just want people to hear this, is when you come from a place of joy and you're giving, right? Because we get caught up in, I gave this to them and they only gave me this, right?
Yeah.
I gave them a iPod or an iPad and they gave me like a pair of socks. That's about a good balance there. Understand when you truly give, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter what you are receiving from anybody, because when you give from a place of just, yes, this feels so good, I'm so happy to do this, then the universe is going to send it back to you from somebody else. Know that it will come from someone else. It will look a different way. It won't be in the form of a gift. It could be something completely different. So in the spirit of giving, truly give with no expectations, give without comparing, give from a place of just like, oh, this feels so amazing, so amazing. And know that it will come back to you.
So I think, Allie, I think that's a good homework assignment. I love the full body yes, and it's something that I recommend to clients when they're a little bit on the fence and they're not quite sure what to do. So I would say for your homework this week, when you're in a place of confusion about what to do, or whether or not to buy something, or whether or not to go a place or do a thing, I want you to take a moment, sit quietly with yourself, and just ask the question, what would be the most nourishing, supportive thing that I could do for myself? Go or don't go. Buy or don't buy. And like Allie said, your body is going to tell you, should I buy this thing? It's going to be a feeling of expansion, a feeling of goodness, as Allie says, a full body yes, or it's going to be a feeling of contraction. And
your mortgage is going to flash in front of your eyes.
Exactly.
You're like, oh my gosh, if I do this, I'm going to be homeless, no food.
Absolutely.
That would be a no.
That's going to be a no. Or, misery is going to come up in your body. That's a no. Don't go. And I know that this seems extreme. And so if you're getting a no, for example, and you need to finagle it a little bit, like I said, only spend an hour there or buy a smaller thing or whatever it is, then allow yourself that. But you want to make any and every homework that we give, it's not just for the week. It's the week to try it, but the rest of your life to
implement it.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So, take care of yourselves this holiday season. Take care of yourselves this 2019. We're heading into a new year, and start making decisions that feel good to you. And I actually think that the next time we come back here, Allie, we should be talking about when bad things feel good.
Oh, yes.
Right? Because I get that a lot. They're like, well,
then would
What
it
if
be bad?
exactly, exactly. Because, we give a lot of advice to follow how you feel. And
Yeah.
sometimes you look at, the drug epidemic right now. Yeah, it feels good to get high, right? It feels
And to
good
go to
to,
sleep.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's different.
Yes.
But seriously, but it feels good to, whatever it is that people are doing, to be, if you're a serial killer, it feels good to go out and kill a bunch of people.
Yeah.
And so we really should start to seriously.
You just went
This,
there.
no, because people asking me these
No,
questions all
I
the
get
time.
it.
And I'm like, they're
I
like,
was waiting for like a donut example.
nope,
And if you want to
serial
eat some
killers.
donut, but no, if you're a
but
serial killer.
donuts are also a good example. Donuts are also a good example. It feels so good to eat this donut right now. Just like murdering people. Feels so good.
Okay.
Feels so good. So I think that
Okay.
check back in with us for episode 5 when we will talk about when doing something bad feels good and how to
Absolutely.
work through that. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Because that will be an addiction in the body that needs to be shifted, and
Praise
we
the
can
Lord.
guide you through that. So
Absolutely.
yeah. So have a wonderful holiday.
Yep.
Erica
And
everyone
same to
else.
you.
Yeah. I am
Allie.
on my way to go pick up 2 of my grandbabies and drop them off at daycare.
That is
And
beautiful.
tomorrow morning is Friday. So we get donuts every Friday.
See, donuts, that's the name of the game right now.
Yeah.
I love that. And actually, one of my clients, I wonder if she's going to listen to this. She is offering, she's selling donuts on the island, and she has these like really awesome flavors. She has apple pie, caramel apple. She has a chocolate and peppermint donut. And you don't like that one?
Yes.
That's a no for you?
No, that's a yes.
Yeah,
That's a
yes, absolutely. And
Yeah.
then she has cinnamon sugar. So like donuts are the name of the game right now. So
Donuts are spiritual.
they are. There you go. There
They
you
are.
go. So we've been talking about that shit's not spiritual. We talk about what is spiritual, right?
It's donuts.
Donuts.
Absolutely.
Yes. And so we
They are
leave you
spiritual.
with a strong recommendation to take care of yourselves every day, but definitely this holiday season, and to eat some donuts. Yeah.
Exactly. And take back your gifts.
take back those gifts to the store and go out to dinner for Christmas. You don't have to hang out with those people. Yes,
No.
yes. You have permission from the SheKings. So,
all right.
You've been listening, to SheKings for peasants who don't want to live shitty lives, and we will be back with you next Friday.
Next Friday.
Bye bye.